What is up, everybody? My name is Longtide, and today we are back with another morning ramble for the OSRS community. Hope everyone's having a great Thursday so far, and if you're in other parts of the world, hope you already had a great Thursday and are enjoying a great Thursday afternoon / night. Ladies and gentlemen, they and them, we have a lot to talk about, all right? So I am so excited. I got on the OSRS main homepage today and I saw a poll. There is a ton of stuff to talk about here today. Okay, and first I just want to start off. So it was brought to my attention that yesterday when I did the update video that I didn't cover the Dragon Warhammer becoming a one attack weapon. And I was holding a Dragon Warhammer, so I don't know if any of you caught that, but I was just literally implementing that day. I just wanted to make a new intro, make things a little bit more interesting. I have that. I usually put it in the background, but you don't see it anymore, just because my chair is in the way and the way my camera's angled. So I thought it was hilarious that I didn't even cover that. But anyways, so that happened yesterday, and that's insane. Absolutely, it's so cool. I saw 25 Buttholes. He made a video about going DWH PKing and Rune Warhammer PKing. So really sick. Ladies and gentlemen, they and them, this is insane. The poll, the polls that are coming out, this is incredible. So just right off the bat, the Slayer Helms, okay, the Slayer Helms, the proposed Slayer Helms. So you got the current ones, and I'm gonna be posting a lot of stuff on the screen here. You got the current Slayer Helms, and then now you got the proposed Slayer Helms. I saw these on Reddit. I saw someone post on Reddit that they should have horns, and I love the detail on the Vorkath one, especially like the horn missing. I love that. Okay, so I saw this on Reddit. I literally saw someone like literally saying that they should be a lot cooler. Right? And I'll be amazed. Like, Jagex looks at Reddit and they're changing stuff. They are changing stuff. So we're not going to sit too hard on the Slayer Helms. They are absolutely cool. I love that. Okay. A bunch of Slayer stuff. We got the Abyssal Sire update. You know, got some Bloodfell bullshit. Let's go ahead and look at Zulrah. Okay. So they want to add a quick board option. Okay. Yes. All right. Let's skip that one and let's go on to Corporal Beast. So I actually wanted to cover this one because this is actually pretty interesting. And they're going to look at something like with the Grotesque Guardians here. Players have commented that the Grotesque Guardians is mechanically unwarding. Something about the orbs. If you do it correctly, you're a good boy. All that good stuff. So Corporal Beast. All right. I'm going to go ahead and read this one out. So this is a complicated one, so strap in. Currently, the main strategy of solo players taking on Corporal Beast is to spec it down, leave the instance to recharge the spec via player-owned housing, then repeat the process until the beast becomes vulnerable enough to DPS it down. This leaves the instance open for crashing, because the health of the boss completely resets when the player is no longer present, since rewards are given to the person based off of damage dealt to the boss. Solo players who carry out the strategy are not fairly rewarded for the effect in the event of crashing. So, basically what they're saying here, and this they literally wrote a whole story here just to say that they're gonna basically make it to where his health doesn't reset, and or like it takes a little bit more time for it to reset, and basically if someone unintentionally crashes you, when does that ever fucking happen, right? Unintentionally crashes you, they'll see that the health is kind of down, and they can be like, okay, maybe I'm not going to be an asshole today, and I'm not going to crash this person. But when does that ever happen? So it really doesn't even say much, but I wanted to clarify on this one part. Now, there's a ton of stuff we're going to cover today, but I definitely want to look at this one part. Due to technical limitations, creating an instance that remains open without a player inside, it is not possible. If that doesn't show what we're dealing with here on Jagex's end, I don't know what will. They literally cannot make it to where maybe like an instance has like a lock on it to where it like stays open for 10 minutes. Right, if no one's in it, right, just stays open for 10 minutes while someone goes and banks and does all their stuff, and then comes back, and then the timer resets if someone's not leave. They can't do that, right? So we're looking at the limitations here for this engine. I just want that to really kind of like, really show some light here on what we're dealing with when it comes to updates. So if you're surprised that we're not getting any new like game modes and all that good stuff, that should really bat an eye, or not bat an eye, but it really should show some highlight of what we're dealing with here. They can't make a simple instance that has a lock, and I'm pretty sure World of Warcraft can't do the same thing. I don't know. I really don't know. So, but that really kind of like shook me a little bit that they can't make an instance that maybe just has like a timer on it that just like disappears or whatever. So we're gonna move to the Gauntlet. All right, and this is for my HCIMs and UIMs. So players who experience lag or incorrectly click their prayer may struggle with the Gauntlet, as it's the only area in the game without a single click teleport escape. For this reason, we'd like other players the ability to create a single click teleport in the Gauntlet. Basically, like you get the materials, you get it, and you can make a crystal and you can teleport out. So hey, we might start seeing people not dying at the Gauntlet. Never know. So we're gonna skip to raids here, and I don't even know what we really skipped right there. It's just more Gauntlet stuff. Look, I don't do the Gauntlet. This is a lot of stuff we got to cover. I don't want to sit too hard on it for 20-30 minutes talking about this stuff. You can literally look at the poll yourself, but I'm kind of highlighting stuff that really caught my eye when I read this, and I was like, wow. Okay, so Chambers of Xeric. All right. So, started off, the private chests within the Chamber of Xeric don't always register your clicks. Sorry about that. We'll be fixing this in poll 75 as an unpolled change to ensure it's working as intended. Thank you, Jagex, for fixing your game. Okay, I mean I haven't really ran into that problem. I think I have. We'll see, right? We'll be like, damn, something feels like a lot smoother. But so players earn more points per damage in Chambers of Xeric, which is scaled based on their combat level. Currently, your points scale to the highest combat level in the group, maxing out at 115 combat, which is default of 5 points per damage. However, if a player is 114 combat or less, they will earn fewer points because any points with decimals are rounded down rather than up. The scaling system can therefore unfairly disadvantage players who are not 115 combat or above, as they'll achieve fewer points per damage and then the raid difficulty present. As a solution, we'd like to offer players a newer scaling system which would see points rounded more accurately. They will never be perfectly accurate, but we can implement a solution that scales better than at present. To illustrate this change, here's an example. Let's say a player receives 5 points at combat level 115. A level 114 combat player would receive a small percentage less, let's say 4.9 points. The current system always rounds down the number, so their 4.9 points become 4, which is a much larger nerf than intended when rewriting the system. We can round points in a more linear way, which more accurately rewards lower combat level groups. What do you say? I mean, let's talk about that. That's really all about preference here, right? So it's really about if look, I really I kind of hate the fact that some people, they get into chambers and they don't like training their combat stats. Now let's not talk too hard about it. I'm not trying to be a elitist, sweat, all that stuff. Look, we have a lot of methods to training combat stats nowadays, right? You can literally sit in the Nightmare Zone. I don't care if you have a job, 3 babies, 4 grandmas to take care of. I don't care. You can literally sit in Nightmare Zone and click one button every 5 minutes. It's not hard. And then not only that, it literally takes no time. You get upwards to 200k per hour for combat XP. It takes no time at all. So that's just a personal opinion. I might say no to that just so, because it's come on, why reward players with lower combat stats? This is a raid. This is supposed to be in-game content. This is not supposed to be mid-level content. Now, we can make mid-level content. I look at Slayer bosses as mid-level content. A lot of people like to get their combat stats up with Slayer, so that can be considered mid-level content. But as far as this, it's Chambers of Xeric. The person with the highest combat stats, I do believe that. I mean, they're still going to get a lot more points, but it's just kind of we're kind of we'll give you some slack here. It's no, just go to fucking Nightmare Zone. Come on. Anyway, so that's just my opinion on that. And we're talking 115 combat. We're not talking about prayer here and stuff like that. We're just talking 115. So we're just talking about getting your combat stats up. But anyways, I'm not trying to be an elitist there. I'm just saying, like, you know, come on, Jack. It's like, I know you're trying to be Mr. Nice Guy here, but let's be honest here, okay? Your game's not that hard right now, okay? You know, got to give some kind of incentive for people to, you know, AFK Nightmare Zone or something. I don't know. So, okay. And that poll question is, should we change the current point scaling rounding system in the Chambers of Xeric to reward players more accurately? All right. So we got a bunch of Chambers of Xeric changes here. That's the main one that I kind of looked. Oh no, this one right here. This one caught my eye, and thank God we are talking about this. Ohm's special attack Flame Wall is made of deadly fire. We figured it would be nice if ice spells allowed players to free themselves from it. Why wasn't that a thing before? That is insane. Like, that's literally, thank you for actually like talking about that. That literally makes like duos like so much easier. It's like, because you have to sit there and you have to freeze mute it most of the time, right? Depends on who you're running with. Most of the time, if you want kind of a smooth run, you got to freeze mute it. You got to freeze mute it and you got to ZGS. So it's like you already have someone bringing freezes. Let's say the person that brought the waters, they forgot them or something like that. The person that brought freezes, it's like you're relying on two people right there. Me being the person that always forgets the waters in my private chest. So that definitely, you know, helps me a little bit here. In Vaza's room challenge mode, a healing mechanic is tied to how long the crystals are alive. This can be frustrating for players as it potentially creates a bit of a brick wall and becomes more difficult as time goes on. We can remove the additional 50% stat modifier in challenge modes to make it less frustrating, meaning that crystals will not get 50% additional stats in health and defense. To clarify, this change will not affect the stats of Vaza, only the crystals. You know, I kind of like that. You know, I definitely kind of like that because let's say you're running a group and no one has Dragon Claws, which I mean, like, someone should bring Dragon Claws, and like everyone should bring Dragon Claws, honestly. Let's say you're getting a group there and you just kind of have, you know, D lances. It kind of makes it a little bit more beginner friendly too. So I could see that being a good pro, you know, definitely. So I'm gonna vote yes. I'm actually gonna vote yes to all of these. I don't even know why you're at this point watching the video. Just vote yes to everything. We need content, everybody. We need content. Vote yes to everything. I don't care if they're nerfing Chambers of Xeric. I don't care. We need to get rid of this content anyways. Make it easy as day. I don't care. I really don't care. We need to, like, really don't care. Like, make room for Raids 3. That's why they're asking all this stuff. That's why we had the nerf, you know, with the twisted bow and all this stuff. Like, that's why they're making room for more content. I guarantee you, everybody. Okay. So, and this one I kind of liked. It's gonna be unpolled. So it's the chest within Theater of Blood is difficult to spot. So we'll be enhancing it a little and adding a purple hue to signify if it contains a unique item. That's gonna be unpolled, and that's gonna be just implemented. I like that. What should they do, in my opinion? I think they should add, and why am I, like, I'm right here, camera. I'm right here. What the heck? I'm right here. Okay, anyways, so I think they should add some purple smoke. You walk into the chamber, just like purple smokes. That'd be sick. All right, and our infernal stuff. What is this? It can be incredibly frustrating to watch as helpless bystanders. No. What was this? Ignoring important aspects of team play. Something about the Night Locust adding, you know, if you damage it more, you get more points. And all that stuff. And you got a bunch of quality of life stuff here, miscellaneous stuff, and the banana hat. All right, so that's the video for today. We've gone 14 minutes. Go ahead and go to this poll. Just read it yourself. It's actually insane, all the stuff that we've covered today. I haven't covered every little aspect, of course, because really and truthfully, I'm just kind of like just eyeballing stuff that really made my day. And like I said, I'm so sorry for the last video yesterday. I guess I implemented the intro at the wrong time, but this has been Lungtide, and I hope you are having a great Thursday. And like I said, if you're in other parts of the world, I hope you already had a great Thursday or enjoying a great Thursday afternoon/night. And I will see you in the next video, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by, and good luck out there. All right, be safe. Bye-bye.